make sure that we're recording, and we are. Great. Well, thank you so much for being here. This is episode 12 of the 12-week course for Creating a Mind with Heart. It's the last one, and I'm a little bit sad that it's ending, but this isn't the end, okay? This is just the beginning, and you'll hear more about that. Stick through to the end, okay? And I know that some of you might not have access to chat on your devices. Um, don't worry about that. And I did ask you to introduce yourselves. I know you're here. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. So again, this is Module 4, Part 3. I'll explain that in a moment, but it's Part 12 of the 12-week course for Creating a Mind with Heart with Heart Compass Life Navigation at the Mind with Heart Virtual Learning Center. And I just want to take a moment. I just realized here that I created this graphic, and what this episode is about is kind of a surprise, but I want you to notice how I use the flower of life and the hands making the circle. I didn't realize it when I made this much. It must have been inner guidance, like taking over, but see how they intersect, where the hands intersect. Okay, I'm going to talk more about that later, what I realize that means. But this is about overcoming the number one obstacle that is keeping us from practicing and experiencing the life that our heart truly desires. And I say us because I have this obstacle as well. I deal with it all the time. And that's what we're going to discover further down the road and how we're going to overcome it. Okay. So first, let's do a review. Okay. So even if you've been here for the first 12 weeks, and it's been 14 weeks, counting the 2 weeks of pre-training that I did before starting the course. So, I mean, even I don't remember everything that's in all of these modules, but we started out by preparing the brain so that it can connect to the heart, clear the connection, and then integrating the heart and mind, which we discovered what the mind really is. And then in this module, we've been learning how to apply it to our life by combining it with other practices and making it more powerful. Before the course started, I sent out a poll. What do you want most to get from this course? And overwhelmingly, you guys responded spiritual awareness and feelings of connection. And there was at least 100 or more people who replied to this. So I know that it is a common desire. And that's great because over the course of teaching this course, I made a discovery. Even though I've been teaching it for so many years, it was by sharing it with you here in this way that I became aware of this because I've been getting feedback from you. Excuse me, a little bit of something going on here. And that's one of the great things about this. What I learned is that I have learned as much, if not more, from all of you, maybe than you have learned from me. Okay. And so thank you so much for connecting with me, for reaching out, for chat, for sending messages. And there are questions coming in now. I will answer those at the end. Thank you very much. And so because of your feedback, I realized that Heart Compass Life Navigation for Creating a Mind with Heart incorporates mindfulness, awareness, neuroscience, the activity in our brain, creating heart coherence, harmonizing that heart-brain connection, spiritual awareness, quantum science and theory, the heart-mind integration, and that we can combine it with lots of other practices and we get synergistic exponential results. So Heart Compass Life Navigation, it turns out, isn't just a practice all by itself. If you combine it with other things, it's even more powerful. And in the first episode, just to give a recap, because I know some of you are just joining us now at the end, and that's all right because I've got a surprise for you at the end, okay? Don't go away. But in the first module, we learned how to get the brain ready. We talked about diet and exercise and, not mediation, meditation, and how all of those can help make the brain healthier, how to balance the brain hemispheres with brain entrainment CDs and spending time in nature, doing art, um, exercising outside. It turns out life navigation system itself will help balance the brain hemispheres. And there are online tests that you can take to find out where your brains are now. But it's not just about balancing them, it's actually about creating and augmenting that connection between the hemispheres so that your left and right brain, the conscious and the subconscious, the linear and the nonlinear, are all working together. That's what we want, the heart and the brain and the conscious and subconscious, all of it working together. So, and of course, it involves your body as well. So, we also moved brain activity from the amygdala, your fight or flight center, to the prefrontal cortex, which is where our higher reasoning and spirituality exists. And we did that by identifying false fear based beliefs. And we wrote those down on post it notes, remember? And put it on the off course side of the chart. That's what we did there. All right. So that was module 1. We got ready, and then we started to connect to the heart. We created heart coherence using heart math techniques, but we also used Heart Compass Life Navigation technique, which was creating the feeling that you desire, the feeling that you would have if those false fear-based beliefs that you wrote on the post-it notes were replaced with love-based truth and your circumstance was perfectly resolved. What would that feel like? Getting that feeling. Because that helps target love-based truth to those particular fear-based beliefs that you wrote down. Heart coherence is great. It always keeps your heart open. You want to remain in heart coherence because even after you ask for love-based truth, you might have to go about your day if you don't hear the answer right away, depending on how your connection with your higher self is. You might get it through music or through art, or someone might say something to you. You might see it in a movie, read it in a book. You might have a dream. There are so many ways that you can receive love-based truth. And you have to be in a state of heart coherence to do that, which is why so many times we get our inspirations, when we're in the shower, when we're singing a song, when we're riding our bikes, when we're observing overwhelming beauty in nature, one of those things. So if you can't hear the answer when you create heart coherence at the moment that you're using your Life Navigator's chart, don't worry about it. You've created that intention. Your higher self knows that. It will find the way to get it to you. And then when you hear it, of course, we wanted to listen and take good notes so that we could complete the life navigation process. All right. And then in module 3, we talked about the heart mind, which is different than the heart brain. All right. The brain receives signals from the heart and creates a 3D holographic image, which is our reality. But your mind is where you are shining the light of spirit through the blueprint of your soul into your mind, which is the space-time that contains all of those thoughts, feelings, and ideas that make up your reality. We discovered that your mind is actually a field. It's a field of infinite energy and information filled with what we call 0 points, each one emitting a toroidal field of energy and information, very metaphysical and all that. And we talked about how you can access and influence that field through the 0 point in your heart, because your heart is thousands of times more powerful than your brain. Your brain is, maybe I think the heart is 5,000 times more powerful than the brain magnetically or electrically, and the other one is hundreds of times more powerful. So if you want to have an influence on your mind, the whole mind over matter thing, the heart is the power center. That's where you do that. So then, knowing that, we started integrating Heart Compass Life Navigation with whatever practice that you're using for spiritual awareness and connecting to source and connecting to others, perhaps. We talked about life navigation and tapping, how you can tap the karate chop point, saying, even though I have these false fear-based beliefs, I still deeply love and accept myself. Okay. And that helps clear and open the channels. If you know about tapping, you can tap the points and go, tap out the fear-based belief. Okay. and tap in the love-based truth after you receive it. And if you don't know how to do tapping, you're curious about that, just Google emotional freedom technique, and there's so many resources to learn how to do that. Law of attraction, we talked about heart compass life navigation as the bridge, making the bridge from what you think you want, false fear-based beliefs, what you think you want, to love-based truth, okay, which is what your heart truly desires. Big difference between those two. What you think you want comes from a sense of lack. What your heart truly desires, you can just feel it. Okay, you already have the feeling. Want is lack. You feel that? Heart-based, love-based truth, heart's desire. It just feels so good. I can hardly talk. So Heart Compass Life Navigation can make that bridge. And if you've been trying to use Law of Attraction and it's not working for you, combine the two and see what happens. I've got a Suzuki sitting out in the yard that I got from that. So there's lots of things that you can get from that. Conscious evolution, Barbara Marx Hubbard, she says we have to have a practice, a daily practice, because to make a conscious leap in evolution. Conscious instead of by choice instead of by chance. Okay. What else did she say? There was something really important. Can't remember it right now. But having a daily practice is essential for our conscious evolution and the evolution of our planet as well. Healing codes sends energy from the heart to the brain, okay, to help make that healthier. So if you're still working on getting your brain ready, healing codes is a great way to go. Compassion key, I forgot one thing. I told you the long form in the last episode. The short form is great with life navigation. I was in a workshop just yesterday, and there I was, writing down on my little on Post-it notes, I am so sorry this, I'm so sorry that. And then I realized, wait a minute, you put your hand on your heart and your hand on your solar plexus, and you've written down your false fear-based beliefs on the Post-it notes. And you just say, I am so sorry, whatever you wrote on the Post-it note. I am so sorry that you cannot have what you want. I'm so sorry that no matter what you do, you just can't hear love-based truth from the heart. Okay, whatever it is that you're writing on the Post-it notes. And what that does is it sends compassion, and it opens the heart and clears the way for the light of spirit to shine through and get to your brain, all right, and give you the love-based truth. Fantastic combination. I love Compassion Key and Heart Compass Life Navigation. And then, of course, meditating. Do life navigation first. Identify your fear-based beliefs. Breathe in from the heart, get that heart coherence going, and meditate, asking for love-based truth. So when you meditate, you're not just getting generalized spiritual awareness, you're getting focused spiritual awareness, targeted at clearing whatever is going on in the false fear-based beliefs. In the Compassion Key, Edward Mannix calls it karmic imprints. You can call it karmic imprints, you can call it false fear-based beliefs. It all comes down to thought form given substance by energy and information, everything, okay? And the quality of that depends on whether our connection to source and spirit and our soul is clear or not. And that's what we're doing here. That is what we're doing here. Let's see. I want to see what this question is before we go to the next part. Alicia was asking, does the notion of forgiveness collapses time figure into creating a mind with heart? Alicia, yes, because what I found practicing life navigation, which is forgiveness, it is a forgiveness practice. If you're familiar with A Course in Miracles, I have found that when I do life navigation, I get love-based truth from the heart. It parallels what we learn in A Course in Miracles. And what I have found is that time almost doesn't exist for me anymore. I know that sounds a little weird, and it kind of happened back in 2012. And I remember talking to a friend and going, I don't know what happened, but it's like it's like time doesn't even exist anymore. And weird things happen now. It's like when I need more time, sometimes I'll be doing something and then I'll look up and the clock hasn't moved. I know that sounds a little creepy. And now I'm just used to it. I'm like, oh, thank you for giving me a few more minutes or whatever to do that. And there have been some other times when that happened. But forgiveness also eliminates time because it connects you directly, simultaneously in the moment to every moment of your life experience, what we call past and what we call future. Am I making any sense there? When you use something like Compassion Key and you take out the inner child and you're working with that, and that forgiveness, that self-compassion, which is forgiveness, eliminates, it's quantum in nature, it's entanglement. There's no time, no space involved. And Heart Compass Life Navigation does that because you're using your current life experience to identify the fear-based beliefs, which are thought, form, and substance. But it affects the past, present, and future simultaneously because you're accessing the 0 point in your heart, which is outside of time and space, if that makes any sense. That's very esoteric, quantum, metaphysical. But I know that it's very interesting to some people. It really, you can get in the car and drive without knowing how the car works. Okay, if you want to fix the car, all right, that's something else you have to know. But you can get in and drive Heart Compass Life Navigation without knowing all of this quantum physics and metaphysics and other things. All right, it is possible to do that. All right, let's see. So we've prepared the brain, connected to the heart, integrated heart and mind, learned how to apply it to your life by combining it with other practices. So what is next? What is next? Well, what is the number one obstacle to consistent practice and getting results? That's what I wanted to say. Barbara Marx Hubbard, Conscious Evolution. You need to have a consistent daily practice to get results. All right. And I was watching a TED Talk or somewhere I found some information of what gets in the way of that. And also through my own personal experience, the number one obstacle is isolation. Surprise! I know, I did not expect that either. But in isolation, we just simply cannot make progress. Okay? We can go out in nature, we can hide in a cave, we can meditate. But even Jesus, when he went out and talked to God, he had to come back and interact with other people. Okay? So we need that interaction with each other in order to bring about the manifestation of whatever our heart's true desires are. We don't do it alone. We're not doing it alone. Okay? We are not alone. You might think you're alone. Maybe nobody is here in the room with you right now. But you're not alone because everything that's surrounding you right now is a result of all of us, contributing and creating all of this together. We are part of a community. Okay? And this is the really big aha that I have had because I thought that I could just teach. I thought if I just created courses, wrote books, and put this information out there and people knew it, then it would just happen. But as scientists who are fighting global warming and environmental degradation are finding, it's not enough to just tell people that there's a problem and what's going on and how to fix it. There's something else that has to happen. And it is that community, is that connection with others. So, and I'm not talking about intentional communities, although I was at a friend's intentional community, and there was a poster on the wall, and it said, the steps for creating community. And I read it, and I was like, I do that. It seems to be natural for me. I just create community where I lived in town, or even if I live out here in the country. I am out in the country, and everybody is scattered here and there. And yet I still have community out here. Although there are a lot of people here who've never met their neighbors, and yet they've met me. So there are steps that we can take. So I realized that if we're going to take that next step, if we're going to move from just head knowledge and, even practicing and getting inspiration to really taking the next step and manifesting our heart's desires and the conscious evolution of our planet and ourselves and all of that stuff that we're wanting, um, we need a community. And so this is a work in progress, all right? But I am going to be creating the Mind with Heart Online Academy. And this is going to be an exclusive academy for people who have studied our Compass Life Navigation and are practicing it and who want to join a community to take that next step, all right, and move beyond um, into actual practical application, practice, and getting results, real results. Because I have to tell you that the people who get results are the ones who connect with me. So this academy will have lifetime access to all courses, of course. But really what's going to help is we're going to have meetups and masterminds. I will have office hours so that you can come by and talk to me. And here on Expertise TV, there's a video conferencing type platform where we can meet face to face so that we can connect. We can talk on the phone too, but or just audio. You can call in with your phone. It can be just audio, but it's best really if we can see each other. There will be workshops, and there's a private Facebook group where you can connect with others. I'm going to start spending more time there. I've been here teaching, so I haven't been there very much. And summits and seminars. This is the really exciting part because I have been connecting with other teachers who offer their own programs and help in things like mindfulness or heart coherence or accessing the 0 point or remote viewing and influencing, all of the factors, the brain entrainment, all of these things that are involved with Heart Compass Life Navigation. There are people out there who are specialists, and I have had contact with them, interacted with them, and I would love to bring them here to the online academy and share them with people who I know are dedicated to creating a mind with heart and life navigation. And we're going to do all this so that you can connect. And how can you connect? Well, you can become a contributing community member. And we have just one moment. If you are here live or you're watching the replay at Expertise TV, right, I am going to add a little button here as soon as I find it. There we go. And there it is. Okay. Become a Mind with Heart contributing community member. Right now, while I'm in the developing phase, you can get in for at least half off. Right now, on June 28th, this is June 28th, 2017, the price is only $180 for lifetime access to this academy. Okay. It will have to go up when I start bringing in partners who can teach us mindfulness and all these other wonderful things so that, to make it worth their while. Okay. These are people who have to work. Now, I want to tell you, though, that this isn't something where, I'm going to ask you $180. And then once you get in there, it's more for the workshop. It's more for the meetup. It's more for the mastermind. That's not what I'm saying. Once you're in, you're in. And I'm doing it this way because instead of having a membership and maybe times get tight and you're like, oh, can I really afford $18 or $36 a month or whatever? And then you leave. Okay. Once you're in, you're in. You will not be kicked out. That's not to say that I won't 3 or 4 times a year send out a promotion or an email saying if you would like to contribute more, you can. And it might be $18, it might be $180, it might be something in between, it might be more. Now, that doesn't mean that there won't be costs when I have guest lecturers coming in. They're going to have their own programs. And if you want to go join them and pay for their programs, that's your choice. But once you're in the academy, what I offer in the academy, it is covered when you are a community member, lifetime access. Okay. You're not going to get kicked out for not being able to pay your monthly premium or whatever it is. And you're not going to all of a sudden find that, oh, I need that, but it costs more and, blah, blah, blah. That's not going to happen. You will be introduced to others, other practitioners, other experts who will have other services. And if you want to go with them, that's their business, not ours. Okay. But I want to connect you with them, and that's what this is all about. Now, if you are watching this on YouTube, then go down below the video to the more info, and there should be a link that says become a contributing community member. If you're on any other platform watching this video, there should be a link somewhere that says become a contributing community member, because I'm inviting you to do that. How are you going to do it? And when you click on it, it should take you to a landing page. And that landing page will have the current details and price and deadlines and things like that. Right now, it's $180. It could go up later. So when you go there, you will see, what's being offered and how much it is, and so on and so forth. So that is how you can become a contributing community member, become part of the Academy, which opens in September of 2017. I will be launching it in August. When I do the launch, there's going to be some free training, and I might bring in some partners. So you might want to say, oh, I want to wait for the free training and see if that's what I want to do. The price might go up. I'm just being honest here, okay? The price might go up. If I'm bringing in partners, I might have to raise it a little bit. Or, just because I'm in the launch, I might have to. Maybe not, but that's up to you. If the price isn't a issue for you and you just want to know more about it and want to wait till August, that's good too. So I'm just giving you the information here so that you can make an informed decision. So if you registered for this webinar and you're watching this at Expertise TV or you're watching the replay, I promised I would give you a free gift, and I am. Some of you are just coming on now. I watch new people are coming in every day. And if you just joined, then I did add a new feature where the reruns will start automatically for you. But if you've been with me now for a little while and you've missed pieces, even if you haven't missed parts, okay, I've been doing this and I can't remember everything that's in all of the modules, and I would like to see them again. So the free gift is reruns. So I'm going to add that to this page too, because you have stuck with me here till the end. We're almost to the end, not quite. And I'm going to go add that. And where did it go? There it is. If you look below the Mind with Heart Contributing Community Member box, it says 12-week course for creating a Mind with Heart, first season reruns. Free. Get it now for free. Okay. So you've been here all the way to the end. You can get the reruns. What it does is it triggers an automatic sequence of emails starting tomorrow, every day. I mean, assuming you do it now. And this is the only place where you're going to get it. All right. It's not on the community page. There might be an email that I send out, but you're not going to just find it anywhere. So if you want it, you really should click on it now. And what it does, once you get that, the next day you start receiving the 12 weeks. Okay. And then when you get to the end, of course, it's going to be this recording again. And when you get to the end, you can start it again. So you can actually rerun this series as many times as you need to get all the benefit out of it that you need to get. So once again, the next steps here: to overcome the number one obstacle, isolation, become a contributing community member, join the Academy, get your free gift, the first season reruns, so that you are fully qualified to join the Academy. Okay, there is going to be an application process for this Academy. It's not for anybody to just enter. You have to at least take this course or one of my other courses, or have had some coaching with me or something, so that you are prepared and ready to enter the community, contribute to it, and be able to get from it what you need. Right? So you need that 12-week course, or if you've already had one of my other courses. That's the next step. That is where we go from here. So thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. And I used to not like that word journey, but I have to admit, from where we were 12, 14 weeks ago to where we are now, I mean, it absolutely, for me, it has been a journey, and I hope it has been for you as well. If you have any questions, you know how to contact me using the message Alana, or let me see, there is another question here. Okay. All right. No, it was just about, yeah, just click the Get Now for Free button, and you'll be able, it will start coming to you automatically. And the email will come, it will link back to Expertise TV, and that's where you watch the lessons again. All right. All right then. So like I said, become a contributing member. If you're watching this somewhere else and you're not a part of the Mind with Heart Virtual Learning Center community yet, then there should be a link for that as well. If you subscribe to any of our webinars here, you will instantly become a community member, and you can become a contributing member at any time. And then when the Academy opens in September, if you're doing this now, you'll get a great deal. And of course, you can join at any time. All right. So it is July 28th, 2017, and I am going to be going up to Anacortes, Washington to spend a month with my daughter in the San Juan Islands. And the Wi-Fi signal isn't always great up there, so I'm not sure I'll be able to do any webinars while I'm up there, but I will try. Okay. I'm going to attempt it and see if it works. And if it does, then, I will see you at those. And if not, I'm definitely back here in August of 2017 to do a series of videos, training videos, free training videos, introducing you to the Academy so you can decide if it's right for you. If you already know for sure it's right for you, just click on that Purchase Now button over there, and I will see you at the Academy, and I'll keep seeing you at the Learning Center until then as well. All right then. Thank you again so much for being here. I look forward to lots more connecting and growing and journeying and connecting to the heart and the head and the mind and spirit together, and bringing more people in, and just keep on going. Thank you so much for going this far with me, and I hope to see you in the next step. Thank you. Bye for now.